Okay, we are live now. This is the first meeting for design thinking problem solving Darden school class, and today we have a shooting on the line, and we are going to discuss a little bit about design thinking, the whole process from, let's say, step one to step 14, uh, and then a bit of the course. So, Shruti, I felt very bad that first we got together as a team, but separation we could not do, right?
That's right. And I think
So,
even you haven't had a really fruitful experience with the team on the course, right? There's not too much activity on the team.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Even in my group, we started having one session, but I think the basic problem what we had was to get together everybody on one time, because the time zones were different, and then to make one time possible for us, we had to make a lot of emails. So I mean, in the middle, it's spoiled. I mean, if we can have a visually represent a way that we can have a say this time is free for everybody, that would have been very effective. So the other than that, people, halfway through they lost their interest because the course did not require for teamwork. Just that it did not make compulsory. Unlike the Stanford entrepreneurship course, we were um, at that course we were asked to do some teamwork, and it wasn't compulsory, but the idea was to have a team. So there wasn't any individual work as well. I mean, you don't. Yeah, it's different, right? I mean, when you are given a chance to submit individually, they tend to think, let me take it up
That's right.
with my idea or something. So that one issue. Yeah. So throughout this course, I really wanted to have somebody to talk about this, talk about the whole process, because at some point I did not get what actually the content is telling us. Because maybe lack of my understanding. Sometimes when I try to read, it's I like to talk than read.
Okay.
So, for example, this assumption. That is the place that I got stuck really much, because I couldn't submit the assignment as well. That's the place where I did not understand much welfare. The first step was, we go from the step one to assumption testing. First was like the what is phase, where we identify what is exactly happening, right? The journey mappings, and then what else? Where we understand the existing scenario,
Right.
and then we we make ideas, and then we make that ideas into concepts,
That's right.
and then in the assumptions we take one by one those concepts. Is that what we do?
But yeah, but I think there's been a huge lack of examples in both the field book. You have the field book, right? You have been referring to the field book.
I did not. I mean, that's a small book, right? I'm sorry, I did not buy anything, but there was free stuff, the small booklet, right? This is,
This is like an actual book, so it's about 150, 140 pages.
is it? Do you have it? Like, did you have to buy it, or did you download it?
You had to buy it.
Okay, so I did
It
not
was
make it.
recommended that we buy the hard book, as in like a physical book. But
Okay.
I find it more convenient using it online. So I bought the one for the Kindle.
Okay.
And again, it's not really configured in terms of page numbers. So you actually have to go searching for those particular topics. For some reason, it doesn't show the actual page numbers which are mentioned during the lecture.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
The book has a lot of examples, is it? The case studies?
no. The book actually just has one example. So between the lectures and the book, there aren't too many examples. So that's why I think a lot of participants are kind of a little confused about how they should create these different assignments and stuff like that.
Uh, let me grab a what the ear what is it called, the ears thing, so that I can hear you properly. I mean, I it's a little bit hard for me to hear you. Wait.
So
Sorry, I thought to change the room so that atmosphere is much better to hear you. Okay. So okay. Um, so if I describe my project was to have improved e-learning, improved online learning experience. So as part of the conversations that I had with so many people online, this course as well as the other courses that I participated throughout my years, they all, I mean, apart from the learning factor, they all say that people don't, I mean, if they know somebody personally, or else
I
they
agree.
have a connection. For example, let's say I know you're shooting and you are living in India and you have this, you have this business life, and how do you spend your day? That kind of relationship, so that that encourage students to have a discussion, and then when they have a study buddy or somebody, feeling that somebody is there to discuss, they feel like continuing the course.
Right. Or if they're working on a common project and they join the course together or something.
That's right. So they really want to have a collaboration, as well as they, I mean, but in the real classes, when you are missing in one day, people identify, right? Now you did not come on this day. So in online situation, you don't, nobody feel like, nobody knows that you are missing in the class or something. That when you are working in a collaborative group, that part is there. So if you are missing, your contribution is missing, people will question, or else that encourage the student to contribute. Okay, I could not do this, so let me do this next week or something. Always accountability is there, right? And even the critical feedback. Now, I'm much more comfortable taking a feedback from you rather than a complete stranger, right? Because I know that you are giving me a good feedback, or else you will learn from me, or else I'll learn from you. Either side is trustful. So, so far the courses, not only NovoEd, but edX, Coursera, every course were trying to pull the content. And then only interactivity was the forum, back and forth writing. So in my real research also, I really want to do something different that time. Have you experienced the tool called Talkabout? Have you ever taken any Coursera courses where they give uh, where they give a tool? Some of the students can come and join and talk about the lesson.
Okay. No, I mean I have. participated in one or two Coursera courses, but I haven't used any of the group discussions or any such platforms.
Okay, so I mean, how is your experience in the other courses? I mean, this course, I think you're the most active person, which I mean, I every day check who are the people who contribute, and then the small circle where they say this percentage of activity, activeness or something. So you're the only person has this highest rating and highest peer reviews, and then highest likes, and then highest forum. So what's your difference? I mean, what's your story?
But usually the Coursera courses, I think I mentioned one of this, in a suggestion to you in one of those discussions. But okay, so on Coursera, normally what happens is since it's a free course, people are have the option to kind of come and leave whenever they want. So that kind of dedication is matching in terms of the course and the participants. So this time actually, I don't know how I got a mail from Darden and Coursera, I think, talking about this particular course, and they were offering me, I don't know, discount fee or something because I had participated in some other Coursera sessions. Uh, so I opted for a paid course because I felt that that would kind of thing, and I think that's what works across the world because I've read a lot of articles on all of this, and there's like a substantial increase in the amount of effort and engagement when somebody signs up for paid course as versus a free course where maybe you're just there to take some of the lectures or the free templates or something, and then you just move on to something else. Whereas here, I think the moment it is a paid course, you are kind of invested in at least for the value of the investment. Then, of course, somewhere during the course, I kind of realized that some of this is what I've been doing for years now without realizing that it is so-called design thinking. So when you actually look at some sort of a process and you are actually thinking way beyond in terms of how does this affect people who maybe initially we don't realize are even linked to the whole process or not. So if you read about have you read Tim Brown's book IDEO CEO?
Yes, yes. I did the human centered design course as well, the HCD course, and I always follow him on Twitter as well. And he's been a fan of mine. You know, the methods are very clear, and the representation of his books. I don't know. I feel like really really easy to follow, right?
Okay. So, right. So one thing I think that makes a difference is whether it is a paid course or not. So like I mentioned in the suggestion, one of the other courses I signed up for, I think, was by an activist. So there, the moment you sign up and the course starts, the first thing they ask you is whether you're there to audit the course or you're actually going to participate. And accordingly, I think that shows up in your profile somewhere that you're auditing or participating. And it asks you, if you like to join a team. So there, I think what happens is, all the participants would know, if there is a request to join your team, you would know whether, somebody is there for, auditing or, perhaps intends to contribute to a good extent. So accordingly, people could choose their team members. Um, but that's still again one aspect of it. I mean, you could have paid participants who aren't really participating also. Even in our course, we've seen some people they just suddenly pop up from nowhere. In the last few days, I've been getting emails about comments from people I've never heard of during the last 7 weeks.
Yes, perhaps it's for the number of comments.
mean, these people, I think they just kind of were sprung out, or maybe they signed up for the course but never really participated, and now maybe towards the end of the course they just looking to kind of catch up or whatever.
If my findings for this course as following the design steps, one prototype or one idea was that we have an online session every week where a community, whoever interest, would be participating. If you have 1,000 participants, at least you can find 5 or 6, or at least 2, 3 participants who are interested in having a online synchronized session, right? To make it much more engaging than the other courses. So in this case, yes, there were so many people who were interested, but finding difficulties to get the correct time to meet first. The break the ice moment. And but when I mean, the other courses, how I found the time, right? Once we meet one day, they tend to come on the same day and same time. It has been very easy. So if I mean, I miss the professor's live discussion as well. Have you got a chance to?
I would say that.
And again, I wasn't much interested because it again a broadcasting thing, right? Even though it's live, we are not actually inside the panel, right?
We could type in questions that they would address.
Uh-huh. Okay, so yeah, there's some kind of interactions. I wonder if anybody from the instructor side would arrange some things like that often. I mean, I have found many courses in any every other platforms, they conduct every week, or else the people, so that every week there would be somebody who can accommodate that time. So that makes liveness to the class. I mean, what really miss in online classes were the human aspect, human interaction. I mean, you can have all the things automated. You can have watch all the videos, and those are all synchronized. I mean, we have to envision something beyond that, where we have this technology. Why can't we have that facility? I mean, we are not used to think like that. I mean, we think like if we have the internet, okay, we'll have the things recorded and look at it in our own time. That's not the only way. I mean, that's a good way, of course, but we are not getting close enough for the real environment yet, right?
But I think there is a certain trade-off, right? I mean, ideally, all of us would, like I think I mentioned to Dave or somebody that ideally, I think all of us should have been sitting at the Darden School of Business doing this course. But, there are some conveniences where, the course becomes accessible to us in our own country. So similarly, there would be some trade-offs in terms of, virtual interaction. So those would be, limitations that we would have to work around. So I think the best way to do it would be to maximize the interaction given, the restrictions of whatever geographical boundaries that we have and everything. So I think, I mean, in terms of practical suggestions, either for you to suggest to NovoEd or in case I think one would be where give a little more importance to teamwork. Maybe have one assignment which need not be related to your movie project, but something that you're doing separately, but which requires some distance and other things going on in parallel. So that the participants realize that the team effort would also contribute towards their final certificate or whatever. That brings in a level of commitment towards the team itself. I think that's would help to some extent.
And one thing again, I've seen a lot of Indians in the course. And have you got any chance to meet one of them, or else, I mean, have you tried to? In your group also, there were some few Indians, right?
Yes, but from different states, and we haven't really met, and they haven't been active either. So,
But still, it's a paid course, and why do you think that people not
but
much engage?
I actually brought this up in the team itself, in our group, in our group chat, asking as to how come there wasn't much activity. Then it struck me that I think, uh, I mean, I'm not 100% sure of this, but it's quite possible that there is a parallel Coursera free course going on. So maybe some of us have opted for the paid course, but maybe it's the same content through the same platform being delivered for free through Coursera participants. In which case, it becomes an optional thing for them. So that's where I mentioned to you that if they could maybe have some kind of marker which suggests that particular participant has opted for the free course or not. Of course, that sounds a little I don't know, maybe even insulting in some ways, but it would give other participants like a rough idea of how who may or may not be as engaged as the same participant. So of course, you would get exceptions in both of them. But yeah, I think that's one of the reasons or one of the problems that we have seen before is that a lot of them are just trying out the free course. So that's why the participation or engagement is not. These people, I mean, I've got 7 or 8 people in the team, and there's almost no discussion happening there.
Mhm.
Point where you actually wonder, if you redundant, it doesn't make sense. You have a discussion forum, why do you also have a team
Okay. And in design thinking perspective, now that you're working, you're in the consultancy, right?
there? That's it.
So, is there any occasion that you have used this practically in a process?
Uh, like I mentioned, it's only some way into the course that I realized that this is something may not be in the exact steps that were taught to us, but it is something that I have been practicing to some extent throughout my work life. So now, of course, it'll be more of a conscious way of uh, bringing design thinking into so it would be a lot more structured as compared to how it was before. But as of now, we haven't really brought in the steps that we've learned to some extent.
How is the design thinking popular? Like the concept is popular in India, or is it catching up? I mean, in Sri Lanka, design thinking fairly new. People would not know. I mean, of course, as you said, people might have follow the here and there the methodologies without knowing that's design thinking or else. But, as a concept, it's a new thing. People have not scientifically learned the concept as such as the West described.
Okay. But here, I think you have pockets where people are somewhat aware of design thinking. So I think there are some courses, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if that's uh, just design or design thinking. I'm pretty sure it's design thinking. But again, I'm not too sure of how well they're doing or not. So a lot of times, these courses are created with a kind of fad in mind in the sense, design thinking is the buzzword right now, so let's catch in on it or something. So that's why I think certain established bodies like Darden School of Business or Stanford actually would play a to the actual places to get a better understanding of design thinking from.
If you're the instructor of the course, how would you do it better, or else, I mean, how would you think differently from what we have?
This is actually going to be part of my feedback. Uh, so I think, yeah, given that the professor has already conducted several assignments in design thinking for clients. Yeah, I think you mentioned it in one of the some of the videos as well. So I think a lot more examples uh, in the course videos as well as in the field book would have really made most of the difference because it's more of a practical way of doing it, right? It's not changing to something where you just explain formulas or something. So uh, people would understand the application of some of these steps better. If it's shown in terms of this is what the problem was, this is what the opportunity was. These are the areas that we worked on, this is what we did. So, so for some of those examples, like the good situation and the other one, it did help, but I think coming more from what the professor has actually done herself for himself would bring in a lot more feedback to the course.
Yeah, so
How about you? I mean, any learning suggestions, to the professor?
I did not see much of the difference from the Coursera course from this course because I participated in that course as well. the main the main intention for me to come to this course was to have the interaction, or else to do really the project with somebody.
Okay.
So in the Coursera course, I just studied and I just reviewed the videos and just wrote the assignments. So this course, since I have taken so many NovoEd courses, I thought this is much more. They have had arranged such a way that group work is very much encouraged. So I tried perhaps I haven't tried the best way or the optimal way to get the best. I mean, the first I still kind of guilty because we could not join together. I mean, that was the perfect. I mean, if I were a team with you, I would have done much more better, and my whole explanation would have been really different experience. So I still
So I
regret
think
that.
you've impacted quite a bit on the discussion forum itself, right? So it's as good as working in a team in a way.
Yeah, and now what I learned from now is like when you see some people are online more often than the others. For example, you and then Daisy and then Maria and then few other people, right? So we have to pick them. So those are the real candidates that we can actively. I mean, they are much more engaging than the others. Not that the others are bad, but they have their own way of learning other than having a group or something. So we should have a method of identifying people who are really keen on collaborations or else interactivity.
So, but I think that would be difficult because you would have noticed the pattern maybe halfway through the course or something. At which time, it may be too late to, kind of form a team and
So then it's a good suggestion for NovoEd platform for them to have analytics or else in the beginning of the course, so that uh, at least at
some
least
they do have the analytics. Only thing is, whether or not it would be prudent for them to actually share that with participants or not. I'm not sure, but I don't think it would be a good idea. Because imagine you signed up for a course and say a free course and you didn't really participate much. And the next course you sign up for, there's a banner by your profile which says that, you know, participation levels at 50% or something. So I don't think, because that might impact how others engage with you during the second course. So you may come in with intentions of maximizing the learning and interaction, but others might judge you based on how you participated or not in previous course. So I'm not sure if that would make sense in terms of profiling participants. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so that's a lot of research to do, identifying the effective teams and how do we form. And then I'm so lucky that I had a really good experience in the Stanford course, my first NovoEd course. So I don't know, it's pretty different from what so far the course that I've taken, because it was a totally a team. Like there were two from US and then one from Brazil, one from Egypt, and we all gathered every week one time, and we all were rushing up with the assignments, and then the team leader, and we were scolding, but still it was a it's a real group. I wouldn't say it's an online, because I felt it so much like a real classroom.
okay.
So that charisma is missing in the other courses. I was really wondering if it has occurred in a luck. I don't know, because we just advertised our interest, and then only we formed the group. Uh,
So given the spread of education that you just mentioned, I don't think timing should be as much of a concern for people. Because again, the professor wouldn't have had that particular session expecting the whole world to kind of come online. But I'm pretty sure everyone, at least there were representations from across the world. Similarly, I don't think timing uh, is much of an issue. I think it's more of intent. So maybe they aren't taking the course as seriously as you are. So then it becomes an option or a choice that do I want to spend half an hour more on every week on group discussions or whatever, or just log in, book in the videos, be done with it. So maybe another thing, maybe you should probably have one section in a person's profile. So when they join the course, they kind of just briefly list out their reason for joining the course or something like that. I know that would make a difference. So you would come to know if somebody is joining it to learn concepts and apply to a problem at work, or it's just there to increase their surface knowledge of a particular topic or something like that. That might help.
yeah. So I think we are reaching the 30 minutes time, so that and I'll switch off the broadcasting, and we'll chat a little bit more, so that it doesn't have to go to the